what will happen to global markets could be a trigger to what happens to the Philippine markets, similar to what happened in 2008. Markets crashed in the US, started to reverse around 2007, hit rock bottom somewhere in 2008, to the tail end of 2008, and that's what happened also to the Philippine markets. Hi everyone, this is marvingermo. So as usual, I'm here to share thoughts and insights based on the questions that you've been sending me in social media, because the goal and the heart of why I do things is that I want to educate you so you get to make the right decisions when it comes to your money and when it comes to your investments. And that's why also I've been making videos sharing stocks that have buy and sell signals, because even if I'm on the other side of the planet, it gets to allow you to trade, because everything you need to know from the stock is found in technical and fundamental analysis. Over the past few weeks also, I've been getting a lot of questions asking if the market will crash. You have to understand that since 2008, the market has crashed. It dropped massively. After dropping massively, the market has gone up straight with just a few corrections in years between. For years also, the US markets, every time it rallies for a very long time, it will also experience a sharp correction or a sharp drop. You have to remember, markets cannot go up forever. Markets will. It's not a question whether a crash will happen, but it's a question of when. So I'm here to tell you that I don't know. No one can know when a crash will possibly happen. No one has a distinct narrative or a distinct date to figure out when is the possible crash, especially for Philippine markets. You have to remember, we are just following also what happens in global markets. So a narrative that you can look at is basically this: what will happen to global markets could be a trigger to what happens to the Philippine markets, similar to what happened in 2008. Markets crashed in the US, started to reverse around 2007, hit rock bottom somewhere in 2008, to the tail end of 2008, and that's what happened also to the Philippine markets. So if you want to have a template, a trigger could be also something that could happen in the US. Then after that, should it happen in the US, the Philippines might follow. But here's the thing, you should not be scared should a crash happen. What you can do is this, and my style is, I try to invest and trade thinking that a crash will never happen, but in the same way, I'm preparing cash that should a crash happen, I'm liquid enough to take advantage of it. You have to remember, wealth will be made when a crash happens. People are always scared about a crash, but if it's something that you can't control, why not just prepare for it? Why not trade hard when it's not yet crashing? But when the market is crashing, you have cash to be able to protect you. You have cash. That's why I keep stressing this. Never put an amount of money that you plan to touch over the short term. Money for the stock market is for something that you don't plan to touch for a very long time. So if you are a very passive investor, think about this. Indices, markets, good stocks drop, but they go up. And as they go up, they always go back higher than where they were before. So if that's your style, if it drops, don't panic. You should add more to your position, but for that to happen, you need cash. For that to happen also, if you have a job, you have a business, you should have a steady stream of cash flow. That's why cash flow is always king, because please remember, the stock market, if you're getting dividends, it will allow you to live a passive life. But above and beyond that, capital appreciation will allow you to make your money grow for the long term. It's there to make your portfolio grow for the long term. Now, if you're trading, it becomes a bit simple, because all you need to follow are the charts. That's why I keep on stressing those bullish and bearish signals, especially for moving average, because if those moving average signals give you a cross downward, give you a sell signal, no matter how good the stock is, or even if you're buying the index, you need to actually sell. And that's how basic it is. A cross down should be your sell signal. So even right now, if there's no crash yet, but there are some stocks that have been breaking from those long-term moving averages, there are some stocks that are breaking those long-term uptrends, it's time for you to sell those. So regardless if there's a crash or not, as long as those triggers are hit, you must sell. As long as those triggers to sell are hit, you must escape the position or you must avoid it, no matter if it's the bluest of the bluest stocks out there. So how do I prepare for the crash? For investing, I shore up in cash. For investing, I make sure that the companies that I will buy, that if they drop, they will be better 5, 10, 15, 20 years later. For trading, I respect my technicals very well, and I stay away from stocks that I don't know, and I don't buy stocks just because I feel like buying them. I always buy based on a set of rules that I have. So I guess that's it. Don't be scared about the crash. Never be scared about the crash. It's a time for you to gain wealth. It's a time for you to buy stocks cheap. It's a time for you where everyone else does not want to trade or invest in the markets. You're the one that's there. And when everyone doesn't want to trade or invest, guess what? That's where money will be made. I'll be investing in the market when it's popular, but even when it's not popular anymore, should the market crash and people don't want to go into it, I'll still be in the market because I know that's how it can be done. That's how you can invest, and that's how you can work it and make money over the long term. If you do things that everyone is not doing, you will get results that everyone is not getting as well. If you copy the crowd, you will end up with the crowd. The crowd is basically average, and your goal is not to be average. Your goal is to do something that a lot of people are not getting. Thank you so much to everyone joining this vlog series and not just following our trip but also learning from this. I hope you guys are learning from this, and also sa mga jokes ng wife ko, I hope you guys are enjoying her. Oh, may joke ka na bibigay eh.
What joke?
Ewan ko, may joke ka na. Joke of the vlog. Go. Inspirational quote. Inspirational quote. None?
Take time to experience and enjoy things with your loved one.
Yun, no? Anong mas maunang mahuhulog? Yung stock market o yung crush mo?
Ha?
Ano sa maunang mahulog sa'yo? Yung stock market o yung crush mo?
Yung stock market.
Hindi yung crush mo?
Hindi.
Paano yung mga taong wala pang matagal na niya inabangan yung crush pero wala pa?
Hindi naman masama umasa.
Hindi masama umasa?
Pero huwag ka ma-disappoint kung hindi nag-fall.
This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong.
Trade smart!
See you again soon, guys, and God bless you.